Okay, so it's time to cover the Great Western Auto Tank. Oliver is a case of an engine where I just didn't know what basis I wanted him to be. Obviously, there's the easy choice of just keeping him as a 1400, but there are other options. For example, the 517 class. Now, don't quote me on this, but this engine was going to be my ideal Oliver for a very long time. The reason why I changed my mind is I realized just how old these engines really were, and they just kind of look off to me. I don't know if that's just me. And there was even a point in time where he was going to be a 455 Metro tank, but same thing, it just didn't really click for me. One thing I will tell you is he's not going to be an LNER engine. That's just, I don't know, bad manner. That's like the only take he ever made that I just straight up wholeheartedly disagree with. So, if he's not going to be a 517 or a 455, what's he going to be? Well, simple. I'm just going to keep him as a 1400. That's pretty easy to just do. Okay, so Oliver started life as the final member of his class. He was built as number 4874 in 1936. Now, to be fully honest with you, I don't know the exact year that this engine was withdrawn, but I'm just going to say somewhere around 1961 is preferably the year he shows up in my AU. If 1961 doesn't work, then just comment down below another number that could work a lot better, but 1961 is the year he's withdrawn. Now, he still has his grand escape, you know, he escapes the mainland, makes it to Sodor, and he's purchased by the Northwestern Railway after Douglas saves him from the scrapyard at Barrow. All of that stays the same. But here's the thing, how can he be number 11? So if you didn't know, there is a lot of engines in my AU that show up between, like, after Douglas, or Donald and Douglas, and way before Oliver. So how exactly is he going to be number 11? Well, I actually have an answer for that. This guy right here is 87546 from the Railway series. Now, this is the basis I have ultimately chosen for him. It's an LBSC L-Class, one of my favorite steam engines of all time. Basically, his story, for the most part, stays the same. He arrived in the 1920s on loan to help with the construction of the Northwestern Railway, and he was sent away because of his bad behavior. 87546 would return in 1934, very shortly after he would undergo his rebuild into an N15X class. And he would basically just, you know, do odd jobs and occasionally pull the express, but mainly he'd be a heavy goods engine up until the 1940s, more specifically 1944, while one evening 87546 was taking an ammunitions train from the harbor at Kirk Ronan to Tidmouth, and along the way he would unfortunately be bombed by Germans and he would be blown up. This death hit the engines on the Northwestern Railway very hard, and I mean, they had just lost a colleague. He was gone, and it took a long time for them to get over it. But eventually, many years later, and I mean like early 60s when Oliver got there, they decided that enough time had passed that someone could take over the number 11, which had been 87546's number, and Oliver would be the engine who would take over that 11, as they thought Oliver's courageous story of escaping from scrap was courageous enough to take the number 11 from Croven, who was a very courageous engine as well. I mean, escaping Germans, you kind of have to be courageous to do so, even if he had failed in that. Here is a sprite of Oliver Vaughan. You know what I'm trying to say, but yeah, this is what he looks like. So yeah, that's how Oliver becomes number 11. I know this isn't the most exciting take. I mean, he literally doesn't change engines, but there's only so many engines that Oliver could be. If that makes sense. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching this part, and, I appreciate it, and head over to my community post and vote on which character you want me to do next. Thank you for watching.